Hello there and welcome to the fourth and final parts of my wedding cake topper tutorial, and if you're yet to see parts 1, 2 and 3, I'll link to the whole playlist down below for you. And in today's class we're going to be looking at making faces and basically finishing off really, so let's go get started. So now we need to start creating faces, and this is where you can get super creative and really develop your own style. And it may well be helpful to spend some time with some paper and a pencil, really to try and nail your character design before you get started on your clay work. So I'm going to start with the gents' heads, and I've got a wet wipe here just to ensure that it's nice and clean before I get started. And this is obviously going to go directly onto the neck, so what I want to do is just to create a little hole, and by creating a recess like this you'll avoid squashing your head too much really as you're putting it onto the neck. So I'll just use a drop of liquid FIMO to ensure that it sticks well after baking, and then just attach the head. So I'm going to press that down, and I'm really trying to ensure that I'm not making any indentations that obviously I don't want on his head. And I'm just going to mould that into a shape that I'm happy with. And again, I've got my wet wipe here just to remove any debris that I of course don't want on his face. And I've just done this exactly the same here with the bride's heads. So they're looking good. So I'm going to move on to some features now, and I just thought I'd mention that there's various ways that you can do your eyes. I've got some very sort of basic beads here, along with some eyes that I sourced, I think from eBay. You can get these kinds of things from numerous places, maybe a haberdashery store, something like that. It's all about really trying to make your work unique and personal to you. So I'll just show you in brief how I put my faces together, but of course this is something that you really want to experiment with and, you know, just go wild with really. As artists, we should all be striving to make work that, you know, represents us as creatives really. So I'd really encourage you to spend as much time as you can really, just really trying to nail that specific character design that you're after. You don't have to go for a cartoon style, you know, you could go for something that's way more simplistic. Perhaps you want to go, you know, a bit surreal, or maybe you're interested in more figurative work. It's really worth spending the time to, you know, really explore what you want to do. And if you find that drawing doesn't particularly work for you in really trying to visualise what you want your creation to look like, I'd really recommend that you get some old clay outs just to really try and nail that aesthetic that you want to show in your work really. So there we go, my little couple is all done and I'm pretty happy with them. So now they're off to the oven to be baked for the final time. So now I'm going to bake my topper for the final time, and I'm still just going to use a mug handle just to ensure that the bouquet is nice and secure while it's baking. And again, at this point you'll need to refer to your own brands of polymer clay's baking instructions. And here they are all done, and I don't know about you, but I think they look super cute. Also, I just thought I'd mention that once it's baked, FIMO polymer clay is non-toxic, so it can be placed on an actual wedding cake, although if you're a little worried, you can always use a round segment of parchment paper to create a barrier. And once you're a little more experienced with wedding cake toppers, you can really start to develop your own style. These are some toppers that I made some years ago now, but I think it's really interesting to see the difference in styles and how you can play with aesthetics really. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you've enjoyed the whole tutorial actually. Needless to say, this was a real labour of love to complete, so it's been a delight to be able to bring it to you on YouTube. And if you do go on to make your own wedding cake topper and you get some value out of this class, it would be really great if you could maybe donate to the coffee, as it all helps to support the Clay Disarray channel so I can bring you more tutorials like this one. And I would really love to see your final wedding cake toppers, so if you do go on to make one, by all means tag me at Clay Disarray on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Mastodon, I'm on them all, and yeah, it'd be lovely to see them. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope you've got all you needed out of this tutorial. But if you do have any questions, by all means leave those down below, and as I've mentioned a few times, if I do get enough questions, I'll do like a video on you know, a Q&A thing at some point. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.